Hey guys, well, we're in week 3 of our unique situation with the coronavirus, and I hope you're all doing well. And in fact, I hope you're doing spectacular. I know we all wanted a break from school, but I'm not sure this is the way we were looking for it. Also, I hope that our videos, our time together here, has been helpful and given you some insight on your work and helping you go through things. But I want to go through everything for this week, just like I did last week. We got a little bit busier week this week than last week, slightly different, but still busy nonetheless. And I want to share with you what we'll have. So inside your folder, you'll see your trusty spelling book. Everyone will have your spelling book, and you notice that we've taken 2 weeks off of spelling. Obviously, it's hard to do a spelling test while you're not at school, but that's okay. We will still move along. The good news is we will not have a spelling test. The bad news is you have more spelling homework now. So what I have in your sheet, in your packet, is first you have a spelling book, second you have a spelling test. And if you'll read that spelling test with me, it says on Monday you'll write each spelling word 3 times, very much like our homework. On Tuesday you'll write each vocabulary word definition. So you write the vocabulary word followed by the definition. On Wednesday you'll create a sentence with each spelling word. Okay, each spelling word. And then on Thursday you'll create a sentence with each vocabulary word. And then on Friday, you'll do your book work. Now, just to be sure that you're understanding, we're on list 28. On list 28, I'm going to read the words to you so that you can know the words. Okay, thermometer. Obviously, we know what a thermometer is. Measures temperature. Temperature is a measure of degrees of how hot or cold something is. Humidity. Humidity is a measure of the moisture in the atmosphere. Evaporation, that's when water changes from a liquid to a gas, or anything does for that matter. Forecast, we've heard of weather forecast, and so we're dealing with words that deal with weather and climate. Forecast is a prediction of the future weather. Moisture is the amount of water in the air. Tornadoes, we obviously know what a tornado is. Blizzard, same thing with a lot of snow there. Cyclone, cyclone is a word for hurricane. Then we have typhoon, which is also a type of cyclone, but those are in the Pacific Ocean rather than the Atlantic Ocean. Hurricanes are in the Atlantic, typhoons are in the Pacific. And then hurricane is our next word. Number 13 is atmosphere. Atmosphere is that air above us up until a certain point, the part that we breathe in, oxygen, and then some other parts of the atmosphere. All you need to understand is the atmosphere, the air above us. Ice crystal, this is the beginning of ice, very small pieces together that have formed. Think of when you get frost outside, little ice crystals. Precipitation, precipitation can be anything in the form of hail, snow, water, rain, sleet, ice, any of those things. Turbulence, that is friction in the air, and we'll also be learning about turbulence in our science this week. Hazy, hazy is when you probably have seen outside, it looks like you can barely, it's almost cloudy, but it's not cloudy, it's hazy outside. Deluge, that is when you get a ton of rain at one time. A ton of rain at one time is a deluge. I'm thinking that in Noah's day, there was probably a deluge. Lightning, we all know what lightning is. Blustery, blustery. I think of windy days as being blustery, the kind that leave your face red, blustery. Tropical, anything having to do with the warm climate, especially around the equator, we consider that tropical. Tempestuous, stormy. It's just a fancy word for stormy. We get the word tempest from that. It's also another word for storm. And then you'll have to know Corinthians, which is 1st and 2nd Corinthians, and also Galatians. Galatians, so 2 books of our Bible there. And then you'll learn your vocabulary. A drought, that's a time of no rain. Jet stream, you've probably noticed that. That's that little curvy snake-looking thing that moves from west to east. It actually goes all the way around the earth, but we notice it on the United States map when the weatherman's talking. Something that's arid is very dry. A barometer, not barometer, but barometer, measures the air pressure. Remember we talked about how molecules get more compact or they spread out. Air actually does have weight, and so the amount of weight in the air, the amount of pressure in the air. Hygrometer, this measures the amount of humidity in the air. That's the amount of moisture in the air. Condensation, that is what happens when tiny droplets of water form as water vapor cools. The Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale, you understand those two already from our math. A squall, a very brief windstorm, often with rain or snow, and you get a little squall, a little rainstorm come through, just very brief. Usually it's a little windy too, and then it's gone. And then climatic. Okay, climatic, anything to do with climate would be climatic. So those are our spelling words. And then you have here your spelling homework. This is a spelling homework by day for the week. Okay, by day for the week. You'll need to write these things down on notebook paper. In fact, I'll go back and I'll put notebook paper in everyone's folder to be sure that you have notebook paper in case you don't have any at home. So those are our assignments for the week for spelling. Now your Monday packet is very straightforward. Somehow, some way, I left off the first homework packet for math. Very, very simple. Everything you already know in math, this is just review. Just review, so you're going to work on a review sheet. You have some word problems on one side, some review problems on the other. Very, very easy. Something that you can absolutely take advantage of and learn. I know that you can. I have here also your science study guide. In case you turned yours in last week or if you lost yours, I have a copy of your study guide. And what it says up top, listen carefully, okay? It says create and answer 10 questions for study on notebook paper. Have you a sheet of notebook paper attached? And what you're going to do is you're going to write 10 questions, what you normally do on your index cards. You're just going to write on notebook paper. You're going to write 10 questions, and that's going to tell me that you studied the study guide. Write the questions and the answers, and then that's what you're going to use so that you can review the study guide today. Okay? You're going to get through that study guide, review it, study it, and be prepared because you'll test on it tomorrow. Okay? Finally, our Bible all week this week, we're going to talk about what we call heroes of our faith. Okay? Those that have helped make Christianity what it is today, the way that the freedom that we have and the things that we know, some of the social and religious issues of those things. We're going to learn about the people that were movers and shakers in that. And they're people that were more in the latter part of 18 and 1900s rather than early on. So they're not quite as boring to you. But this guy's named Francis Grimke, and you're going to learn about him on this Bible sheet. Everything you need to know is in this paragraph. You might have to consult your Bible for a verse or two, but you'll read that, answer the questions, and learn a little bit about Mr. Francis. On the back side, now this one's a little bit older, probably the only one, John Huss. Very fascinating people that have done things for us that we have not even thought about how we got our Bible. How do we get our Bible into English? And what does that mean to us? So you can learn about John Huss on that. And I think everything is pretty straightforward for Monday. Sounds like the busiest day of the week. It's not going to be too bad. Certainly, I believe it's something that you all can handle. As always, if you need anything, please let me know. I miss you terribly. And I look forward to getting back together again. Thank you, class. Have a great day.